Hello and welcome to a Goldfish Battle Report. In this video we have Tom versus Kaiyou at the Mad Alpaca Store Championship, where one winner gets an invite to Worlds at Adepticon. This video will act as the too long didn't watch video. If you would prefer to watch the full unedited game, hop over to the other video I have posted on my channel. In this game we have Kaiyou playing as Empire with Krennic, Bosk, 2 squads of Death Troopers, 2 sniper teams, 2 shore trooper squads, and 2 mortar teams. And Tom, who is playing Imperial Remnant with Moff Gideon with the Darksaber, an Imperial Officer, 3 units of Death Troopers, 2 of which have the Stormtrooper heavy weapon, RR-97C, and 1 with the HH-12 rocket, a unit of Scout Troopers with the Stormtrooper T-21 heavy weapon, a unit of Shores with the Stormtrooper T-21, and Stormtroopers with another HH-12 with 2 speeder bikes rounding it out. Both lists have the same amount of activations. Kaiyou's list comes to 798 points, while Tom's is 791. Tom chooses blue and uses his objective. They veto down to key positions, battle lines, and fortified positions. The key positions were determined to be the ATSD in the middle, the crater on the left, close to Tom's deployment, and the trees on the right, close to Kaiyou's deployment. The fortified barricades were placed here. For deployment, players stack up their armies on the right side of the board behind the line of sight blocking white rocks and the AT foot. The only odd man out is Tom's Scout Trooper Squad. It scouts up to the middle objective. Moff Gideon is deployed on the far left side of the board so that most of his army is outside of range 2 so that they can benefit from the Imperial Remnant special rule of getting independent aim or dodge 1. Round 1, command cards are Lying in Wait for Kaiyou and Assault for Tom. Tom rolls for initiative and wins for him to go first this round. Tom gives dodges to his bikes with aims to his Death Troopers and a dodge to the Scout Trooper unit. Kaiyou passes surges for aggressive tactic. For Tom's first activation, he pulls the Special Forces, activates a squad of Death Troopers with the RT-97C, and proceeds to move forward and shoot at range 4 at Kaiyou's strike team. With their aim, they roll 7 hits, which is brought down to 4 due to cover. And Kaiyou rolls 3 blocks, barely saving the unit. When Kaiyou goes, he shoots, then hides with the unit. The rest of the round goes very similar. Tom will fire a unit and inflict massive damage, and Kaiyou would then hide the unit from future attacks. By the end of the round, Kaiyou loses 1 mortar team, 1 unit of Shores is reduced to just Hask, and his other Shores loses half their models, and his other mortar team is wounded. While Tom only loses 1 bike model, 2 Death Trooper models, and 1 Scout Trooper model. At this point, Kaiyou's on the back foot. For round 2, command cards are Reptilian Rampage and Ambush. Kaiyou goes first with Boss to take out a unit of Death Troopers. Tom would respond by taking out Kaiyou's other mortar and inflicting 6 damage on Boss, also killing 2 Death Trooper models and reducing the short unit to just the leader. Tom would lose another bike model and 2 Death Trooper models. Round 3 command cards are Voracious Ambition and You Have Something I Want. Kaiyou loses Bosk, 1 unit of Death Troopers, and 1 model of the other unit of Death Troopers, while Tom only loses 1 model of Death Troopers. Round 4 command cards are Deploy the Garrison and Die by My Hand. Tom forgets to use his Demoralize to get rid of the standby on Krennic, allowing him to escape, but Moff shoots and kills the Scout strike team, and Moff goes into base contact with the Shore unit. By the end of the round, Kaiyou loses another unit of Death Troopers, while Tom only loses his last unit of bikes. Round 4, command cards are Ambush and Moment of Consideration. By the end of the round, Krennic is wounded, and Kaiyou's sniper dies. Round 5, command cards are Coordinated Fire and Push. Krennic dies, and the game ends with Kaiyou tabled. 3 points go to Tom, 0 to Kaiyou. Tom would go on to be undefeated at this championship with 6 wins. The rest of the video will be my opinion on how the game went and how it could have gone differently. The first thing to tackle is that Tom's list is a range 4 gun line that gets a free aim. One way you could reduce its effectiveness for this specific instance is to deploy where his officer is deployed. In this game, he deployed his officer first, creating a range 2 bubble around her where units won't get independent. The difference is 4 hits with no aim or 7 hits with an aim. The disadvantage is Kaiyou has to go for his opponent's objective, but since this is key positions, he has more time to reach it. Tom being able to hit first and hard is Tom's advantage, but it's a bit of a glass cannon in that way. Once he starts losing models, his aims become less effective. Next is his battle deck. He has a hefty bid of 791, so for most lists you're going to be choosing his battle deck. Key positions and intercept the transmissions is probably the best to go for, as moisture evaporators and breakthrough force you to get closer to his army. The other two allow you to go a bit slower and try to pick off units that he misplays and played around 6. Just be aware of the time limit in a tournament. For conditions, most of his army is Courage 2 and doesn't care about war weary and hostile environment. Supply drop is nothing but bonuses for your opponent, in my opinion. Fortified at least gives you cover as well, but Tom is throwing a lot of dice to break through the cover too. For deployments, Danger Close and Battle Line seems rough because it gives Tom a lot of space to deploy, and most of his units can be one move away from range 4. Disarray I wouldn't touch, since whatever units he wants to be deployed on the opposite side for free aims. Major Offensive gives you more space to hide from his first strikes. Just hope you have intercept or key positions, and that he moves into your range first. Since he doesn't have good order control, eventually his bikes might end up in a spot he doesn't want them and try to pick off his units. And with that, I don't have anything else left to say. Thank you for watching.